Ladies and gentlemen, it is that time again. Welcome to Alpha Wolf Radio Rocks on YouTube. For those of you who are new here, hi, my name is Eddie Grimm. Nata kama wewe ni regular listener, thank you so much for tuning in. My name is Eddie Grimm, the Rock DJ. If you do not know what an Eddie Grimm is, let me explain. Eddie Grimm, the rock DJ, is a DJ from Kenya who is passionate about rock music and promotes the Kenyan rock scene. I do this for the fans because the fans are amazing. I appreciate the support. And I have an online channel called Alpha Wolf Radio Rocks. It is on Mixcloud. It is not on YouTube. It is on Mixcloud. Simply because I cannot upload music on YouTube. Yeah, if the music is not mine, I will get a copyright strike. I have to explain that because people keep asking me, why your mix is not on YouTube? Why your mix is not on YouTube? It is because you will get a copyright strike. Copyright strike means that you will get a notice from YouTube telling you, where, watch what you're doing. You will get a few notices, and then after that, either your account will be shut down or you actually can get sued if you get enough copyright strikes. So Alpha Wolf Radio Rocks is an online channel which is on Mixcloud. If you want to listen to the mixes and playlists for rock, you can listen on Mixcloud. I'll leave the link below, or you can subscribe right here on YouTube. Please consider subscribing. There is that kanaiska icon near the bell. Just tap on that and it will make sure that you get all the podcasts whenever I upload them. Okay, thank you so much. As of today, even before we begin, I have to say thank you so much to the subscribers and listeners of this channel. I mean, I only uploaded, this is my second podcast, and I uploaded my very first podcast, and in like I don't know how long, it got like, I don't know, like 250 views or something, and like 50 subscribers or something. That's actually a lot. In my opinion, that's a lot, because that was like, this is like a very new channel. This is like a very new channel on YouTube, and I'm just saying thank you so much for supporting me. You guys who've been subscribing, you guys who have been listening and commenting. Maze, it means a lot to me. I was expecting something like 9 subscribers and like 11 views. Because most people, the content that they reach out to me for is music. So when it's podcasts, most of them are like, but I appreciate that guys can listen to my content and give me feedback. Today we are focusing on the top 10 bands. Yeah, I'm going to give you my list, and then I would want to hear from you. Which top 10 bands influenced you into rock music? Vibaya. I'm going to give you my top 10 list of bands, and then I'm going to tell you which songs I like from them. And then I'm also going to give you a little backstory about each band. All right. Thank you so much for listening. The very first, I don't know how to begin this. I don't know if I begin with number 10 to number 1 or number 1 to number 10. For the sake of mystery, for the sake of mystery, let me just begin with number 10. Number 10, you will not believe which band it is. My number 10 band, dun, 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 number 10 band is none other than Coldplay. Yeah, Coldplay. Yes, Chris Martin. Coldplay. That Coldplay is the number 10 band in my top 10 list of bands that influenced me into rock. The reason why Coldplay is because, well, Coldplay, they're awesome. I know they're more of pop nowadays, but the very first video mix I ever saw was by a guy called DJ Pinches. Pinches. So it was a video mix that had a bunch of bands I had never heard of. Bands like Gypsy and the Cat, Newfound Glory, there was one called Orange Avenue, Short Stack. That's where it was that mix where I discovered Escape the Fate. So in that long list of bands I had never heard of, Coldplay was there. And which song? It was Viva La Vida, which currently is still my number one Coldplay song. Which is your number one Coldplay song? I would really want to know if you're a Coldplay fan. So after I saw that video for Viva La Vida, I really like the part where it goes like, wah, 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 like in the end. I can't sing to save my life, but um, Hapo Mwisho Mwisho, you know, the way they sing like a choir, I really love that song. And Coldplay is my number 10 band that influenced me into rock music. Number 9 is ACDC. Yes, number 9 is ACDC. Classic rock fans, where are you at? Um, ACDC is a huge influence for me. I'm sure you've seen me in an ACDC. Even my channel, the profile picture is an ACDC t-shirt. So I'm a huge fan of ACDC. Akina Brian Johnson, you know, ACDC are from Australia. I think they're amazing. When I talk of classic rock and roll, I always think of ACDC as number one. And I know a lot of people like Thunderstruck, and I know a lot of people like Highway to Hell, but me, I like Shoot to Thrill. I like Shoot to Thrill because of Iron Man, and I like Back in Black because of Iron Man. And guess where I discovered ACDC? I discovered ACDC in Supernatural. Yeah, I'm also a fan of Supernatural. I stopped watching season 12, you know, because the story was getting a bit too long for me, but I've been a huge fan from like season 1. So, are you a fan of Supernatural? Are you a fan of ACDC? I would really want to know. And then my number 8 band, you will not believe it. It is a pop punk band. I know you're trying to guess, but no, you are wrong. It is actually Fallout Boy. Yeah, I'm a huge fan of Fallout Boy. Ever since the day I think I saw Sugar We Are Going Down, there it begins. You know, like Fallout Boy for me. The one song that always caught my attention is this song called This Ain't a Sin, It's an Arms Race. Just the name of the song was weird. I like songs that are weird with weird titles. I like the song Thanks for the Memories. There they write it. It's like THNKS, thanks, and then 4 is FR. Yeah, just go check the title. Thanks for the Memories. And then there's also I Fallout Boy have just always been my band. Yeah, and yeah, I'm a huge fan of Fallout Boy as my number 8 band. Number 7 band, you will not believe. I will tell you and you will not believe. Stop trying to guess, you will not get it right. Yeah, number 7 is Daughtry. Yeah, Daughtry, huge influence on me as a rock listener. I mean, even if you're into metal right now, probably you were not subscribed, but someone recommended you to try Daughtry when when you were trying to know what rock is all about. I remember I used to have this device when I was pretty young, let's say like in Primo. For those of for those of you who don't know, I began listening to rock in like class 6. Yeah, I think even before class 6 I was listening to rock through like programs and video games. They all had rock music, and I had this device called iRiver. I, 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 I don't know which company that is, but it was called iRiver device. It was like an iPod. It was like a touchscreen device iPod. It was like a small square, then it was touchscreen. Yeah. It was like an MP3 player. So I remember there was a song I had saved in there. It was called All These Lives. Yeah. That was like a Daughtry song. Chris Daughtry has really good vocals. If you listen to that song, All These Lives, just Google All These Lives by Daughtry. That song has, that song is awesome, and most people don't know it, and that's why I like it. I like weird selections of songs. I like bands with weird names. I like song titles that are weird. Number 6 band. This one is a bit obvious. If you know me in person, you know I'm obsessed with this band. Number 6 is Paramore. Yeah, Hayley Williams is Bae. Yeah, huge obsession with Hayley Williams. Huge fan of songs like Decode. I remember there was one time on TV I saw the video for, is it Ignorance, where they're like in a closet and then with one bulb. That music video just took my attention. That the video for Ignorance and Misery Business, where Hayley Williams is describing how she used to be bullied in high school. I really love those songs. So Paramore has always been a huge influence for me. Number 5 has to be Breaking Benjamin. Yeah, Breaking Benjamin. When I was in high school, I remember I had Diary of Jane, and my friends also had Diary of Jane. So what we would do is we would try to growl like Ben Burnley. I know it's impossible, but we would try to. I would try to growl like Ben Burnley, and you know that part for something's getting. I can't sing to save my life, damn it! But there's a part where he growls in that verse. Something's getting in my way. I will have to find my place in the Diary of Jane. So tell me how it should, and then the growl, that part. Really, really, really enjoyed Breaking Benjamin. I remember I was really into the video for Give Me a Sign. Whenever I'm DJing, I always want to play that song, Give Me a Sign. It's one of the songs that really influenced me into Breaking Benjamin and made me love Breaking Benjamin. Number four is Evanescence. Yeah. So Evanescence, wow, 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 wow. Evanescence, I have always had a huge crush on Emily. Not nowadays, but like when you're growing up in rock music, huge crush on Emily. I remember Evanescence for me, the video for Going Under. See, I'm sure you've seen it. Have you ever seen it? In the video, there's a part where she's like having people put makeup on her, and then when she looks at the mirror, the people who are putting her makeup, they have white eyes and they look like so I was like, that video really got my attention. And I remember when you remember Warp Trick, yeah, warptrick.com, where we used to illegally download songs .mp3. um yeah, I remember I used to download Lithium. I love the opening for Lithium. I love the video. And also, I'm not even a huge fan of Bring Me to Life. I know. I'm not even a huge fan of Bring Me to Life. I'm a huge fan of Lithium and Call Me When You're Sober, Going Under, and there's another song. It's called My Immortal. Yes, My Immortal. I remember I used to try and convince my cousin to listen to those songs, My Immortal and Lithium, because they were soft rock, and my cousin was like, "Oh, rock ni amasheto, it's so noisy." But I used to try and convince him to listen to that. So we're about to hit the top three bands. So we are about to hit the top three bands, and I don't know. I don't know. Can you relate with anything that I'm saying right now? I hope I'm giving you some nostalgia. Which are your bands that made you fall in love with rock music, or love rock music, or were just a huge influence in terms of you listening to rock music? Um, Next, my next band is let's see. It definitely has to be Linkin Park. Yeah, I'm sure that's not a huge what do you call it? It's not a huge surprise to many people. Linkin Park has always influenced several people into the rock genre, and I am definitely one of them. Ironically, of course, that time when Nam was the hit song, everyone was into it, and even me was taken by Nam. But here's the thing, you see, there I've told you about iRiver, that touchscreen device. I remember I used to have a weird song from the album Minutes to Midnight and Meteora. Songs like Hands Held High, Leave Out All the Rest, and there was another song, Given Up. I was always a huge fan of Given Up. I love the opening for Given Up. And then also in that iRiver device, I had From the Inside. I even have the music video from the inside, yeah. Even today, when if you ever see me headbanging or trying to mosh, yeah, I don't mosh a lot. I don't headbang, but if you ever seen me headbanging, most of the motions that I do are from that music video. The way Chester does it in that video. Also, the music video for Paper Cut. That was like I remember the first time I saw Paper Cut on TV. It was being played on KTN, like straight up. Wow. I remember that like the it opens, yeah. And the way Linkin Park also have scratches because of Johan, their turntablist. Huge fan of that band. And then number two, this will not come as a surprise to many people. because those who know me in person know that this is my favorite number one band, Foo Fighters. Yeah, Foo Fighters, Foo Fighters, Foo Fighters. Me, I'm a huge Foo Fighters fan. Always been a fan of Dave Grohl, always been a huge fan of the whole band. I've listened to the entire discography. When I was in Form 3, a friend of mine called Victor Mibe. Yeah, Victor Mibe. When I was in high school. For those of you who do not know, my high school is Sunshine. Yes, yes, I know you're like, oh, Sunshine for rich kids. I am not necessarily a rich kid, but at the time, Sunshine was a school that my mom thought, was a school that had good education in Nini, and it's close to home, which is my hometown of Rongai. So I remember my pal Victor Mibai told me, kuna hii band inaitwa Foo Fighters, go listen to a song called Pretender. I promise you, after I listened to that band, after I listened to that song, I was just taken. Ni hivyo kwisha, nikaenda. I was, especially the video, so much energy, yeah. And then the way the song just starts slowly, and then the drumming kicks in, you know. After that, I listened to whole discographies. As in one of my favorite albums for Foo Fighters is Echo, Silence, Patience, and Grace. And yeah, I've re-listened to that album several times. But I know like weird songs that most people don't even know for Foo Fighters. Yeah. And then before I tell you my number one band that influenced me into rock, I want to give like special mentions to like five bands. Yeah, let me just give special mentions to five bands. Five bands that I just have to mention in passing that really influenced me into rock. One of them is Avril Lavigne, huge Avril Lavigne fan when I was in high school. I'm talking, hey, songs like I'm With You, Skater Boy. Those were my jams. Those were my jams, bro. Those were my jams. And then number two, special mention is Bullet for My Valentine. I remember back when Warp Trick was a thing. I downloaded Tears Don't Fall. I loved that song. I remember when you play Need for Speed Most Wanted on PC, you hear this song Hands of Blood. Really influenced me in rock music. And then after that, I have to mention Flyleaf. All Around Me was like one of the very first music videos I ever saw on TV. Then after that, 30 Seconds to Mars. Also, I remember seeing Closer to the Edge on TV. That really influenced me into rock. Closer to the Edge and A Beautiful Lie. Those two songs. And then after that, I have to also mention a band that is not so popular but always been a huge influence on me. It's Switchfoot. Switchfoot, yeah. There's this song by Switchfoot called Dare You to Move. And there's also another one called what? Meant to Live. Meant to Live. The music video has a lot of Spider-Man in it. Yeah. And as we come to the conclusion of this podcast, I usually want my podcasts to be about 15 to 20 minutes long, not too much, because they're mainly just for sharing rock content and just brainstorming some ideas, sharing. I want my YouTube channel to be like a platform where you can get to know about rock and also discuss rock with other rockers. So my number one band, are you ready? Are you ready? My number one band, drum roll. Yeah. My number one band that influenced me into rock is Nickelback. Yeah, it's Nickelback. I know you probably didn't think that, but it's Nickelback. Yeah. Nickelback really influenced me into rock in that the very first time I heard a rock song and I knew that I was listening to a rock song was Nickelback. I remember, I think it was like Primo. I was like at my cousins for a get together, and then we were seated outside. My cousin plugs in like Ampex speakers to like, I don't know, his phone, and then he starts playing a random playlist of songs. Back then, a bit rock was a bit more popular with the majority of the audience of Kenyan people. They knew what rock was, at least at that time, and a lot more people were open to it because it was a new thing. Um, then suddenly I hear this song for "This Is How You Remind Me." I'm sure you know that song. "This Is How You Remind Me." Um, yeah, I heard that song, and I know many people know it is probably the greatest hit for Nickelback, but for me that song, that was the moment that I knew I am listening to rock and that rock music is forever going to be my thing. When I heard that song nikajua tu nimepata my genre of music sasa. I have found my home of music, yeah, when I heard Nickelback. In fact, nowadays when I hear people dissing Nickelback, I'm like, I personally can't, even because Nickelback holds such a special place in my heart. Even though Foo Fighters is my favorite band, Nickelback is where rock started for me. That was the very first rock song I ever heard. Very first rock song. That one, yeah, this is. I had it. I had "This Is How You Remind Me" even before I had Numb, even before I had any rock song ever, even before I had things like Boulevard of Broken Dreams, sijui Oasis with Wonderwall, all those songs. And with that, I would like to conclude today's podcast episode. I hope you have enjoyed it. I hope I've given you some memories, especially if you are a Kenyan listener. I hope that you will leave a comment and tell me which bands influenced you into rock music and made you love rock. Is your list like mine? Is there any band you and I share similar that really influenced you into rock? Please comment. And if you haven't subscribed yet, just remember to hit that subscribe button. There is a bell icon next to the subscribe button. If you tap on it, you will receive all notifications. That means that whenever I upload something, you will always get to see it. Because YouTube wako na tabia mbaya. Sometimes when you upload something, they don't show you that someone has uploaded, and you might never see that person's uploads. Alright, my friends, I hope you have enjoyed. I have more great content on the way, so be ready, be ready. So much discussion. This one was mainly to do with international bands. I'll also do something on Kenyan bands. I'm planning to do something about Kenyan rock DJs. So be on the lookout, subscribe, and till next time, you guy, you lady, be blessed and have an awesome day. Cheers.